For 40 long years, the Israelites wandered in the wilderness, awaiting the day they would enter the land God had promised to their forefathers. From a generation born in slavery to a nation shaped by wilderness, they were finally on the brink of a new beginning. But the promised land wouldn't come without challenges. The first obstacle in their way was the fortified city of Jericho, a fortress that no one had managed to conquer. Please like, share and subscribe. With Moses now gone, Joshua, Moses' faithful assistant, had been chosen to lead the people. He was strong, courageous, and most importantly, he trusted in the Lord with all his heart. Joshua. We have come so far, but the path ahead looks impossible. Still, the Lord has promised. He has never failed us before, and he won't fail us now. As Joshua surveyed Jericho, he knew this victory would have to come from the Lord, not by human strength or might. And soon, he would see that God's ways are not like human ways. Joshua asked the commander of the Lord's army, "Are you for us, or for our enemies?" Commander of the Lord's army responded with authority, "Neither. I am the commander of the Lord's army." Joshua falls face down in awe. This encounter was no ordinary one. Joshua was in the presence of a heavenly being, sent by God himself. He had come not to take sides but to lead. Joshua's role was clear, to follow and obey. Joshua asked, "What does my Lord have to say to his servant?" Commander of the Lord's army. "Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy." It was here, in this sacred moment, that Joshua received the battle plan, one that defied logic, yet required total faith. Listen carefully. The Lord has given us this land, but he has given us a specific command for victory. For 6 days, we will march around Jericho in complete silence, with only the sound of the trumpets from the priests. On the 7th day, we will march around the city 7 times, and when you hear the priest's long trumpet blast, we will all shout with one voice. Then, the Lord has promised, the walls of Jericho will fall. This plan was unlike any battle strategy. No weapons, no shouts of war, only silent obedience and trust in God's word. It must have seemed strange, even foolish. Yet Joshua's unwavering faith inspired the people. They prepared for the march, trusting in a victory they couldn't yet see. On the first day, the Israelites gathered, led by 7 priests carrying ram's horns and the Ark of the Covenant. The soldiers followed in silence, while the people of Jericho watched in fear and confusion from behind their walls. Inhabitant of Jericho, whispering to another. Do they think they can conquer us by marching? What kind of army is this? Yet the Israelites continued, day after day. Each morning, they rose, lined up, and marched once around the city, in complete silence except for the sound of the trumpets. It was a test of obedience, discipline, and faith. No words were spoken, but their silent march spoke of trust in a power greater than walls or armies. The 7th day arrived, and with it, a new instruction. They were to march around Jericho not once, but 7 times. The people's hearts beat with a mixture of excitement and fear. Today, they believed, would be the day of victory. After the 7th march, the priests prepared for the final blast. All of Israel held their breath, waiting for the signal. When the horns blew, a mighty shout erupted from the people, a sound that echoed across the desert, filling the air with faith and expectation. And then, the unthinkable happened. The walls of Jericho shook, cracked, and collapsed with a thunderous roar. Stones tumbled, dust rose, and the mighty city of Jericho fell to the ground, leaving an open path for the Israelites to enter. Jericho was conquered, not by swords or spears, but by faith and obedience. The Israelites learned that victory belongs to the Lord, and they had witnessed firsthand the power of following his commands. The story of Jericho is a reminder for all of us. Sometimes, God's ways may seem strange or beyond understanding. Yet when we choose to trust him and obey, no wall is too high, no challenge too great. Joshua. It wasn't our strength or strategy that brought down Jericho. It was the hand of God. When we obey, His power works through us in ways we cannot foresee. Joshua's faith and the obedience of the Israelites left a legacy that still speaks to us today. Their story shows that true strength lies not in earthly might but in faithful obedience to the Lord. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share.